Primary ink flow. The gear pump starts. Ink is drawn up by the pump from the IDM. Ink is then pumped down back into the IDM and filtered by a 5-micron filter. Ink then flows to the distribution block passing through the 2 jet pumps. The jet pumps provide restriction, providing pressure and also a venturi as the ink passes through the jet pumps, providing a vacuum in the bleed pipe and the gutter pipe. The ink will then pass through the 1 psi pressure release valve, which maintains the pressure at 1 psi at the top next to the viscometer valve. The ink flow will return back into the IDM. This is the primary flow. Viscometer valve will open. Ink will flow at 1 psi through into the viscometer, pushing the ball inside the viscometer tube to the top. Ink flows through viscometer and back into the IDM. Viscometer valve closes. An internal timer starts in the printer. The ball will roll down the glass tube. When the ball is detected by the coil, the internal timer will stop. This is called the ball fall time, and is measured in cp, centipoise. If the ink viscosity is too thick, the printer will add makeup. The makeup valve will open. Makeup is drawn back into the IDM via the vacuum created by the gutter jet pump. The makeup valve will then close. The makeup valve closes. Ink under pressure will flow into the damper. This will reduce any resonance or pressure fluctuations from the pump. The feed valve will open. Ink flows through the 10-micron feed filter to the print head valve. Print head valve will open. Ink will flow through the print head and through the nozzle into the gutter, which will suck the ink back to the IDM. The bleed valve will open. Ink will flow back up the bleed line through the bleed jet pump and back into the IDM, bleeding any air from the print head. The bleed valve will close. Ink will be now flowing through the nozzle and into the gutter. The gutter is under a vacuum generated by the gutter jet pump, and the ink will be returned back into the IDM via the 20-micron gutter filter. Bleed valve will open. Print head valve closes. Feed valve closes. Wash valve opens. Flush valve opens. Makeup, flush, is drawn through the pipe to the anti-mix coil. Wash valve closes. Print head valve opens. Flush flows through the drop generator up the bleed line to the bleed valve. Bleed valve closes. Flush valve closes. Print head valve closes. Feed valve will open. Wash valve opens. Ink under pressure will force the makeup, flush, out of the drop generator and the nozzle cleaning of any ink. The flash will also clear the gutter line of ink. Wash valve and feed valve open. Wash valve and feed valve close. Bleed valve opens. This will clear any ink from the bleed line. Bleed valve closes. Wash valve opens. Wash valve open. Bleed valve open. Printhead valve open. Printhead is cleared of fluid up to printhead valve and wash valve is cleared of ink. Printhead valve closes. Wash valve closes. Bleed valve open. Bleed pipe clears of ink up to bleed valve. Gutter vacuum, clears the gutter of any fluid. Bleed valve closes. Pump stops. Printer is idle.